GYGB Boxing. We're going to take a little field trip today. We're going to go to Lowe's and find out more about the infamous Plaster of Paris. GYGB Boxing. We're in Lowe's, aisle 5, trying to find the infamous Plaster of Paris. Let's take a walk. Here we are. Plaster of Paris, manufactured by DAP. Sets in 20 to 30 minutes and is for professional quality for repairs and plaster walls and ceilings. Let's take a look in the back. It says Plaster of Paris. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll read it for you. It basically says it sets in 20 to 30 minutes. It can be painted with oil or latex paint, and is preferred by professionals, artists, and hobbyists. All you need is cold, clean water to make it harden. From my understanding, talking to some of the people here that would not want to be shown on camera, they basically said that if you were to use it on top of your hand wrapping, it would basically harden like a cast. The funny thing is, throughout this whole thing, I'm looking at all the warnings and applications and the things you need. It doesn't say anything about this should be used in welterweight championship fights.
I'm serious, nigga. What do y'all think about this? Hey, baby. Hey, baby, get some bubble gum in this motherfucker.
Welcome back to GYGB Boxing. Another shocking in the making. 2009.
What a way to start off.
What a way to start the year.
What a way to go out like a sucker, man.
Man, that's why we love this sport. The sport of the unknown. You know, Sugar Shane Mosley, the new WBA welterweight champion.
Right.
Looked like the De La Hoya when he was at the Staples Center. What was it, 8-9 years ago when he fought De La Hoya and took his crown away from him?
Where did that guy come from, man?
I don't know. I know I should have stayed with my pick and picked Shane Mosley.
You know,
don't get it twisted. You know, in the car, I was hedge betting. Shout out to Big Mike. You know, I was on the fence. I knew the style that Margarito brought to the table is not the style that normally beats a Shane Mosley. But never would I have thought he would have knocked him out.
Jeez.
Let's get into the fight, though. Let's jump it right off from the door. First round.
Yo, from the gate, Shane, you know, his using pawn style. And the speed was going to be a factor, like we thought it was going to be a factor. He was going to land the bombs, Margarito laughing, chasing him around, coming back.
Right.
But the difference.
Passive aggression on Margarito part, though.
Swimming and not getting wet.
Swimming, not getting wet.
Shout out to my man, Philly Richardson, a.k.a. B&E's Chief Rocker.
That's that Philly
This is
flavor.
what changed the fight.
I hear you.
The
stuff that y'all
clinching.
killed B-Hop about.
Man.
Yep.
The clinching.
The clinching.
The fact that early
100 shots around, he couldn't get them all. I think his number was like 60 or 70. That was the key tonight. Keep him under 100.
Right.
Go ahead.
And you also noticed early on when he clinched, Margarito was on some.
Yeah, he was
Like
he was biatching a little bit.
Like you
he was
biatching. You don't headbutt me. It was some unintentional headbutts.
No
but
doubt.
I think
No doubt.
The physicality, the lifting him up, he lifted him up. He kind of bullied him early on.
He gangstered him.
And I thought that Shane may tire from this pace.
But then what did you say?
Did I ask Coltrane in the third round? I said, I can't recall Shane ever getting tired of the fight. I never thought he was going. See that Shane used to pack this semi-automatic weapon, but lately he's been firing with a revolver. The
cat mouse.
Very allergic to cats. The semi-automatic weapon came out. The man brought out. He didn't even bring the Mac out. He brought the Uzi out. Combination punching.
He brought out the AR-15.
Power, clinching. And I let you take it from there.
Well, basically what happened was, like I said in the our shoot prior to the fight, the build-up, he's allergic to cats.
I don't like that at all.
I said anytime you bring a high caliber trainer, and Nassim Richardson, quote this, he's the best trainer in the game.
Before we get into this,
okay.
I need to do some research on allergies because I didn't even touch that cat, and my eyes are just starting to itch just from it being near me that quick.
You can go on Excitopedia.
Yeah, or I can explain to you my condition before we even start, and you still bring a cat right next to me.
Let me get back to my Nassim Richardson point. You know, when they brought Nassim Richardson in, I told Sleep, And y'all out there, y'all was like, well, he's 36, he's 37. What can he? No, it's not about teaching him something new. It's about bringing a game plan to the table. Shane still has some of his flaws, still turning his back in hit. But what he brought to the table, what the key in the game plan was, like Sleep said, was the clinching. And what that essentially did was it tired Margarito, it tired him out, and it wore him out. A la B. Hopkins. Because the fight reminds me a lot of, not to the degree of Pavlik Hopkins, but it was a lot of similarities in the fight. Margarito coming forward, Bernard getting off faster, Shane getting off faster, and then when he felt himself getting a little fatigued, like Bernard do, he clinches, hold, tire your fighter out, and you take him out his rhythm.
What round?
He never got into a rhythm. That was the key in the fight.
It was a particular round that really sold me on the fight. It was like the fifth or
sixth round.
When Margarito got off,
he stumbled.
Margarito got off on Shane. Shane got off on Margarito, then clinched right after the sequence. We was like, whoa.
De La Hoya,
that was an intelligent sequence.
And to De La Hoya's credit, he tried to do it against Floyd Mayweather. Well, he never got a chance to do it against Pacquiao. It takes a certain...
He never was.
This is no diss. De La Hoya is a boxer. Mosley, Hopkins, they're fighters. You know, certain people are born to do certain things. And what I mean by that is Mosley, Bernard Hopkins, these cats could have fought in any boxing era. They could have fought in any era. Shane is like a throwback type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? Remember the early comparisons to Sugar Ray Robinson's. I'm not saying he's Sugar Ray Robinson. I don't want to go overboard. But what I'm basically saying is you saw tonight a dude dig deep, go into his bag, clinch, hold, punch, everything that you're supposed to do in a boxing ring. Good feet work. He was moving his head nice, beating Margarito to the punch. And the results shown in the end, he got the KO.
Describe Jack as a trainer.
I describe Jack as a concerned dad. And what I mean by that is, you know, he probably got Shane to a point where he was good. And probably Shane could never grow from that point on. No one could really teach him different technical flaws or enhances his technical skills to really take him to that next level.
Right.
Not saying that Naseem Richardson took him to the next level. Well, he kind of did within that one fight. But the one thing that makes it stand out is the fact that, you know, would Jack Mosley had caught the illegal wrapping in Margarito gloves on his hand wrap.
And when you talk about illegal wrapping, tell the people what you're exactly talking about.
Well, as HBO described, you know, they found an illegal substance. Naseem Richardson, shout out to Naseem Richardson. He'll probably have a job on CSI coming up soon because this guy is an excellent investigator. You know, he did it to Trinidad. He also did it to Margarita. The thing about it is that they found an illegal substance. HBO described it as plaster of Paris, which they use for different hobbyists. Use it for sculptures and molding. They used it as a molding or somebody could.
So that's what you was displaying in the beginning of this video.
That's what I was displaying in the video.
You kind of went into your little investigation bag. That's good money.
I did a little bit of CSI because I was actually interested myself because I was like, you know, I wonder if where they actually got it from. So we went to our local Lowe's, as you saw in the video.
So they have it there.
They have it there. It was $9.97, by the way. And basically, only thing you needed was cold water.
And what do you actually apply it to?
You can apply it to sculptures. You can apply it to plaster walls. And eventually, in 20 and 30 minutes, it'll harden.
So basically, any type of material. So if you apply it to a wrap, it's gonna
harden by cast.
So this is the old school cast people used to write on. That's the material we talking about.
It's the same type of material. As a matter of fact, when I spoke to the manager at Lowe's who didn't want to be on camera, shout out to Lowe's, they basically said that they have a few boxers actually come in there to purchase this stuff.
For real?
Yeah, because they asked the questions I was asking about it. And they asked me, hey, do you box, you know? And I'm like, no, I don't box. And
as soon as you ask a question, they ask you if you box?
They asked me to box. And they said that, you know, there were some fighters that they had or some people that were in the fight game that asked about it.
Oh, man.
And, you know, there were some people that asked us before in our inbox, you know, that said, hey, why don't we do a segment on the illegal tactics that some fighters use, you know, in the sport, you know, and unfortunately, you know, this is a bad eye, a black eye for boxing, you know.
And then you told me also, he mentioned Cotto when he was talking to you, right?
The guy who happened to explain this stuff to me actually watched boxing. He said, Dag, you know, I said to him, I said, so, you know, realistically, what you're saying is when this stuff hardens up, you know, it could really do some damage. He said it could have really messed Shane up. He said, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the damage that Miguel Cotto took in the last fight was a result of him getting a cast heart. Now that's not our words. Right. That's the management of Lowe's words.
Let's go to the Thug Motivation. You gotta go to Jeezy's first album.
Let's go.
What predicated the whole thing? He got rid of the gym.
He got rid of the wife. Like no, Beanie said, I need to change my wife and what you
come on, I got shot. Go ahead. Operation. Shout out to the Ville. Sickleville. Go ahead. Shout out to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Yeah. He got rid of gin. But did he get rid of the juice?
Oh, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching the juice. Shout out to Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. I'm not touching that right now.
I will be. Right. I was being real.
Hey, let's just talk.
He got rid of the gin.
Listen,
he got rid of the gin, right?
He got rid of
the gin.
I'm not touching that.
He got rid of gin, right?
We're here to do X's and O's.
But he got rid of gin, right?
He got rid of gin, which she was a nuisance from the
He seemed very motivated by that.
He was very happy and relaxed.
Did he get rid of the
juice? He can hang out. He can hang out with the squad.
The Dr. Dre still coming with the juice.